The people that first recognized Jesus, they were what? Church, they were what? They were what? They were what? So they were not Bible scholars. They did not go to theology school and have a doctorate in theology. And yet they were the first people to recognize Jesus. They were not elders in the church. Yet they were the first people to recognize Jesus. They were not pope. They were not pastors. They were not bishops. They were not archbishop. They did not carry any title. They were ordinary men. But they were the first people to get a revelation of the child that was about to be born. Now we are celebrating Christmas. So many of us don't have a revelation of what is about, what has been born, what Jesus came to do. What we are doing is just to celebrate and celebrate and celebrate. At this period now, so many people will not come to church. So many people will not go for prayer. So many people will not fast. Everything is all about feasting. Listen to me. People that engage this kind of life are people that don't really know the reason why Jesus was born. These are people that don't even know that the Messiah was even born. The theologians, they did not know that the Messiah they have been waiting for has come. It was shepherds. Matthew 21:16. It was shepherds. It was shepherds. They were the first people to see the child. Malika Osuta Kalabosha. May you be among those that will receive this morning. May you be among those that will have an encounter. May you be among those that will have an encounter. Matthew 21:16. And he said unto him,
hearest thou what he said?
Yes.
And Jesus said unto them,
Yes.
Yea, have ye never read?
Have you never read?
Out of the mouth
Of babes and suckling,
thou hast perfected praise.
thou hast perfected praise. In other words, people that you saw as nobody, those were the people I revealed myself to. If you are too proud and big, you cannot see me. The religious men were there. They did not see him. The Pharisees and the Sadducees, they could not see him. All these men, what of Pilate? Pilate was standing face to face with him, and yet he did not see him. May you not miss Jesus. Oh God, may you not miss Jesus. May I not miss Jesus. May you not miss Jesus. Do you know why I am saying this? It's because this Jesus we are talking about is coming back again. It's coming back again. The reason why we are in church is not to build a cathedral. The reason why we are in church is not to get married. The reason why we are in church is not to have children. The reason why we are in church is not to have money. The reason why we are in church is to prepare for the Jesus that is coming back, so that when it comes, we will not miss it. So many people don't recognize this fact. They just want to sit down on the altar. They just want to say, I am a believer. It is beyond that, sir. Because Jesus, look at Acts chapter 1 verse 10 over there. He said, this same Jesus that you saw going to heaven will come back. The question now is, when Jesus comes back, will you see him? That is the question. Will you see him? It was ordinary men. Babes, don't be surprised. When you get to heaven, that big pastor that you worship, you may not see him in heaven. And that small woman that used to sit at the back, but is always coming to church, you may see that woman in heaven. And that pastor that you have been looking at all your life, celebrating pastor, may be missing there. Because when Jesus came, the Pharisees did not see him. The Sadducees did not see him. Pilate did not see him. Pilate was standing face to face with him. And he was asking him, are you a king? He did not see him. He did not recognize him. And can I tell you, even there was a man that Jesus was revealed to. And yet, instead of him to go and embrace Jesus, he was fighting Jesus. Do you know that man? It was Herod. Great King Herod. The wise men came to great King Herod and they told Herod, Herod, a king has been born that is going to save us from the war. And Herod heard it. Instead of Herod to go and worship the king, Herod was looking for a way to kill the king. There are so many children of God that are in the church. We have heard of Jesus, we have heard of Christ, but the only thing we are doing every day is to crucify him. The only thing we are doing every day is to kill him. The only thing we are doing every day is to make a ridicule of him. It is beyond coming to church. It is having a character that even when you are outside church, somebody can look at you and say, this is a child of God. Herod had an opportunity. They told him, this is Jesus. The Messiah had been born, and he was looking for a way to kill him. How many of us are crucifying him? As you leave church now, you leave church with anger. As you get to where you are going to, you are angry with everybody. Any little thing you provoke, any little thing you start shouting. And when somebody wants to counsel you, this thing you are doing, stop it. You say, I cannot stop it because now so will be for our family. You don't see any better thing to collect for your family than anger. And it is pride. Now so will be for our family. Our family will a quick vex. And you say you are a representative of Christ. That will be in the church and be fighting one another. You are in the church, you'll be keeping malice with a sister, with a brother in the same church. Somebody will help you and you will pay the person evil for the good they have done to you. And tomorrow morning you will carry a big Bible and you enter into the church. How many of us have been seeing Christ and yet we are killing him? How many of us have gotten a revelation of Christ and we are killing him? We are only Christians only on Sunday morning when you come to church. After service on Sunday morning online, you are a devil. You go online and you show who you are. You go to your compound, you show who you are. You go to your office, you show who you are. You are a child of God. But when it comes to your office, you are the biggest thief in that office. And you come and stand on the altar and say, God, I've given me a breakthrough for stealing. A pastor said some years ago that when they were in school, a young girl came out and was giving a testimony. She said, praise the Lord, I want to thank God for what God has done in my life. She said, we're in the exam hall, and as I opened the book, everything, I could not understand anything there. I don't know how to solve the issue that was there. She said, as God will have it, the invigilator, God made him to sleep. And as he slept, I collected something. And I finished the paper. And I have come to give God the glory for putting the invigilator to sleep. Is that God? Is that God? Some things we are testifying about, you self, you know say you different. You know say you different. You know say you different. We will celebrate people that will give big money in the church. And in their office, they are thieves. And the funny thing is that those are the people that the church will celebrate. Those are the people. A government worker, somebody that is working for government, how much is his salary? And a government worker will be driving 3 cars. And you'll be sitting as a pastor. You'll be ministering to people and you say, it is the grace of God, it is the lie, you are a thief. You are a thief. You are a thief. The thing is that we are blind to so many things that the people do. Just because we want to enjoy the game. Head of Christ. Head of Christ. He head of Christ. He did not think of to worship, he was thinking of to kill. He was thinking of how to kill Christ. If they are still begging you to come to church, let me tell you, you have not yet had an encounter. That you wake up in the morning, one thing tell you say stay, one thing tell you say go. My friend, you have not yet had an encounter. Because as I am now, nothing can tell me to stay. I can't remember missing church for the past 20 years. What is 20 years? Over 25 years, I have not missed a Sunday service. A Sunday service. Over 25 years. And you say you know Christ, and you be sleeping on your bed. Hamatan day, Abi. And the next thing we'll hear from you is that God understands. God understands. And that is why so many of us things are dying in our hands. Because we are rebellious to the work of the Lord. You make it look as if the work of God, that God is a liar. God doesn't lie. It is what you do that makes it look as if he's a liar. Sometimes you pray and your character hits the prayer away. The answers cannot come because they just told you yesterday, don't come church late. The next Sunday you come later. They tell you the next day, don't do this, you do that late, you do it worse. They tell you, respect your parents, obey your parents. You tell me, now my mama provoked me, now my papa provoked me, so I have to give up woto. You have a reason for everything you do. Sad man, you are killing Christ. Everyone heard. And instead of going to worship, God did not reveal himself to all those great men. It was shepherd. It was shepherd. It was shepherd. Great men did not recognize him. I pray you will not miss him. I pray you will not miss him. Do you know that Jesus is coming back again? He's coming back. And the Bible said he's coming back to collect a glorious church without spots or wrinkles. He's coming back. He's coming back. If Jesus comes back now, are you sure you will not be in your town's meeting? Drinking ogogoro? Because we will leave church thing for church. And when we reach that place, we'll do that. We'll say, we'll give what belongs to Caesar. To Caesar. When we get to the other, we'll give what belongs to God. To God. That is double life. The truth about the matter is that you have not had an encounter. If you have an encounter, some certain things will be bitter in your lips. What others will see as pleasure, because of your encounter, you taste it, it becomes bitter in your lips. Jesus is coming back again. Religious men will not see him. Religious women will not see him. The reason we are in church is not to build a mega church. The reason we are in church is to prepare for his coming, so that when he comes, we can recognize him. May you not miss him.